Hello and welcome everyone once again to our podcast Cricket from the Stands, where I'm joined by my co-hosts Pawan Verma and Kanan Nair. So, hello to you both as well. And today, again, we are just going to talk about. We are not going to talk about players specifically this week, because it's been the fifth week of IPL 2023, and we are going to do the weekly roundup as of talking about the teams in general and not just some players. So we will go through every team and we will try to talk about what are the positives or any areas of improvement or playoff chances of all those teams. Are you ready, Kanan, and are you ready, Pavan?
Yo,
Let's
we are
I
play.
ready.
hope you all are ready with your insights about the match. And let's go. We will go in an order. So अभी के लिए मैं बता दूं कि जो भी ऑडियंस हमें देख रहे हैं, द मेन थिंग इज अभी पॉइंट्स टेबल जो आज के मैच के दोपहर के मैच के बाद अपडेट हुआ, द मैच दैट वाज प्लेड बिटवीन द सीएसके एंड पंजाब किंग्स, उसके बाद पॉइंट्स टेबल ये है कि गुजरात टाइटंस आर एट द टॉप, देन देयर इज राजस्थान रॉयल्स, देन देयर इज लखनऊ सुपर जायंट्स एंड सीएसके आर एट द फोर्थ पोजीशन. सो इस तरह से अभी पॉइंट्स टेबल पर 4 लोग ऊपर है, बाकी सब 6 अब नीचे है. सो वी विल गो थ्रू देम लेटर. तो ये फर्स्ट 4 टीम के बारे में हम अभी बात करेंगे. सो आई वुड लाइक टू स्टार्ट Gujarat Titans were the table toppers. So yeah, one of you guys can start and tell us about what have been the Gujarat Titans in this tournament.
I will take this up. So,
Yeah, sure.
it has been the trend with Gujarat Titans since their inception. हर मैच कोई नया बंदा आता है, कोई नया बंदा मैच जिता देता है, एंड दिस इज व्हाट मेक्स देम वेरी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम ऑल द अदर टीम्स. कभी कोई शुभमन गिल मार देता है, कभी हार्दिक पांड्या के गिल जाता है, कभी आउट ऑफ नोवेयर राहुल तिवारी आके दो बोलते हो सिक्स मार के चले जाता है, एंड सम मैचेस वी सी विजय शंकर, द थ्री डायमेंशनल प्लेयर कमिंग इनटू ऑल सॉर्ट्स, अचानक आके एक 24 बॉल 64 मार देता है किसी दिन, या किसी दिन आके 30 बॉल 51 मार देता है. So that is what their strength has been from the inception of time, and the credit goes to definitely Ashish Nehra and Hardik Pandya as well. Talking about the areas of
Not to
improvement
forget
for
Gary
them,
Custon.
of course, that's how his role is, right? Behind the scenes, पीछे रह के सब काम करना, not to be in the limelight.
Yeah.
जैसा लास्ट मैच देखा हमने, नूर अहमद आया, जोशुआ लिटिल आ गया, दीज टू स्टोल द विक्ट्री फॉर देम विद द बॉल, विद द बैट. ऑफ कोर्स मिलर तो था ही, एंड साथ ही साथ विजय शंकर आके मैच जिता दिया. About I still feel they still are lacking a bit in terms of the middle order stability to say. कभी कभी ऐसा लगता है, and the opening partnership of course with that, because Ridhiman Shah has not been firing through the entire season for them.
Yeah.
That has been the story for them. And in the middle order I feel, just in case chase नहीं कर रहे वो team, if they are posting a target, right, then उन लोग का पूरा बैटिंग ऑर्डर गेट्स इनटू अ क्रम्बल. द बॉलिंग ऑर्डर आल्सो फील्स द प्रेशर ऑफ दैट, और वो लोग डिफेंड नहीं कर पाते. टिल द टाइम दे आर चेजिंग, दे आर द टीम टू बीट फॉर श्योर, बट जैसे
Yeah.
ही दे आर डिफेंडिंग अ टारगेट, they get a bit of under pressure and are not able to do justice to their the momentum. Yes, Pawan, you can go on and add further if you have anything on this.
I guess you have covered most of the things, Kannan. The biggest positive for them is the Vijay Shankar. But for me, the biggest letdown so far in this entire unit is Hardik Pandya. What we have not seen from Hardik Pandya is the kind of batting he was doing the last season, where he had 400 plus run season, plus more than 10 to 12 wickets he had in his kitty. And that is something we are missing this time. Probably if it does well, then the entire unit gets elevated, their entire confidence. उससे जो है पूरे टीम का मनोबल बढ़ेगा और हम लोग को लगे हम देखेंगे कि एक डिफरेंट गुजरात टाइटंस ऑल टुगेदर.
Absolutely.
So far not many negatives. The team has been brilliant. Probably we would see them to qualify for the playoffs. मतलब my hunch is they would probably qualify for playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. I think so too. The Gujarat Titans, yeah, the main man is Hardik Pandya, their captain, because उनके वजह से काफी stability आती है टीम में, and he won the IPL season as a captain in his very first season. So उससे काफी confidence भी आया था टीम को. So that's how it will go, and I guess so too कि Gujarat Titans will stay in the game and qualify for the playoffs. So going on to our next team is going to be Rajasthan Royals, जिनका मैच अभी फिलहाल चालू है मुंबई इंडियंस के साथ. So what do you think? They have scored like a 97 in 10 overs and 2 wickets ke nuksan pe, and they're playing on their own ground. So yeah, go on.
And I guess that's their strength. The batting is something that Rajasthan Royals' strength. Last year, it was Josh Butler who was in the limelight, scoring 800 plus run season, and at the same time, they're down the order. Not many runs people were scoring, but still team was doing great. This time around, it seems like everyone is contributing to the winning. Josh Butler is again not having the kind of season he had last time. So biggest positive for them is their order, like Shimran Hetmer chipping in, Dhruv Jurel they have found a new player in, जहाँ पे रियान पराग अच्छा नहीं कर
जी,
रहा है, then finally they let him down, मतलब they let him go from his position, and they are seeing a youngster like Dhruv Jurel who is coming in and scoring ताबड़तोड़ runs जो बना रहे हैं नीचे
Yashas's
निचले क्रम में
Jaiswal
आके.
too.
yeah,
Jaiswal, I
Yashasvi.
guess he's been there for quite some time and is doing brilliantly. This time also he has more than 350 runs. I guess he is at number four or number three right now in the highest run scorer chart. अगर आप देखोगे so I am seeing bowling was never been a concern. Few injuries were here and there, but I guess they were able to cope up with it. Bowling unit had been doing
100%.
a tremendous job. It was middle order for whom I am most uh, uh,
Concerned.
uh, I'm liking this part of Rajasthan Royals जहाँ पे हम लोग को लग रहा था कि कहीं पे 5-6 नंबर का बैट्समैन नहीं आ रहा था. However, they are using it really well this time around. So Rajasthan Royals seems like a team to beat on a given day. They have all sorts of combinations in their playing 11. Not many weaknesses, I'm saying. Padikkal is also started scoring runs now. Sanju Samson sometime off, sometime on, but overall as a team they are clicking, which is a great sign for any team. So I would still see that this team would just few things here and there if they वो जो छोटी मोटी चीजें अगर उनको टाई अप कर लेते हैं तो दे आर टीम टू बीट एंड probably will qualify for playoffs. Uh, that's what I see.
Yeah,
Kannan, if you
Kanan,
can
what
add
do you
something
think?
to it.
Yes, you covered most of the bases there. I only feel that the only missing jigsaw puzzle that they have is the number five or number six batter, which they are experimenting a lot. कभी हेटमार ऊपर आ जाता है, कभी पडिकल नीचे चले जाता है, कभी कोई और, कभी ऐश अन्ना अन्ना भैया ऊपर आ जाते हैं, and
Anna
what
Bhaiya.
not, right? Yes, so that is the title given to Ash by a few spectators in the Delhi squad जो
Okay.
जब वो वहां पे मैच खेल रहे थे. सो दैट्स हाउ अन्ना भैया, राइट? सो या, सो कमिंग बैक टू द टॉपिक, जैसे आज भी देख रहे हैं मैच में, दे हैव सेंट जेसन होल्डर अ बिट अप. एंड जेसन होल्डर जो इतने टाइम से बेचारा वाज सपोज टू बी सेंट अप, उसको बैटिंग ही नहीं दिया जा रहा था. दे यूज्ड एन इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर, डोमेस्टिक इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर, जब एक बॉल
He
में 5 रन
hardly
चाहिए
plays
था.
any ball in the
दैट
tournament. मुझे नहीं
दैट
लगता
इज
वो 10
दैट
से
इज
भी ज्यादा
व्हाट
बॉल खेले होंगे.
that is what. So
Yeah,
अभी उसको finally chance मिला है, and the score is about 110 now and 11 overs. मतलब now 9 overs है, they still have quantum of overs left. So that is the only jigsaw puzzle that I feel which RR has. बाकी
they are
batting
not
or
being
bowling,
missing.
I don't think there is any team on the field, not on the paper. On the paper there are many teams who are stronger than them, but on the field probably RR is the best team. Just a bit here and there थोड़ा बहुत वो fix कर देंगे तो I will they will be the team to beat here forward.
Definitely. They've relied on Josh Butler for a long time, because Josh Butler has always been the pioneer for them. And that man never fails to score, as you said, that he's not having the kind of season he always does. But
Definitely.
he has still scored in like couple of matches. So वो ताबड़तोड़ खिलाड़ी है, खेलते हैं हर मैच में, and they expect a lot from him. So here definitely they are not being able to figure out yet कि batting order कैसा जाएगा. So they always keep shuffling these players because some days Yashasvi Jaiswal works for them, and some days the other youngster, that is
Dhruv
Devdutt
Jurel
Patel.
was
Both of them, yeah, they both
correct.
of them are like around the same age. So they both alternately work for them, and that's been, I guess, a good sign for the Rajasthan Royals. So moving on to a third team will be Lucknow Super Giants. Lucknow Super Giants have not had as good as a season as they had the last one, because पिछले season में they were one of the strongest teams. Of course, we know Gujarat Titans and Lucknow Super Giants, who were playing the first season ever in the IPL, were like the strongest teams of the season. But this time around, Lucknow Super Giants seems like a decent team. They are a good side, but KR Rahul has been scoring, and they are not being able to win matches as much as they should have. So tell me your take on it.
I feel the only letdown for them is definitely KL Rahul, and it's good he is not scoring runs, because the moment he starts scoring runs, they They end up getting 140, 150, and the moment he gets out early, they score 257. That's what they did in the last match.
Oh my God, right.
So, so this is the actual the formula for them, and other teams के लिए वही होगा कि do not get KL Rahul out. Let him be on strike. Let him hit those singles and doubles.
That's an
And
interesting set.
या एंड जैसे गली क्रिकेट में होता था ना कि इस बैट्समैन को आउट नहीं करना है, इसको खेलने देना है, सो दैट इज समथिंग दैट दे शुड डू विद केएल राहुल probably. And talking about the positives for them, Marcus Stoinis is a big positive. He was not given any overs to bowl until the previous two matches. उसके पहले वाले मैचेस में ही बोल्ड, ही पिक टू विकेट्स, लास्ट वाले मैचेस में ही आल्सो बोल्ड, ही पिक्ड वन विकेट. ही वाज सेंट अप द ऑर्डर, नंबर 4 पे उसको भेजा गया राइट आफ्टर आयुष बडोनी. एंड आई फील दिस इज द फिक्स बैटिंग ऑर्डर दैट दे शुड बी लुकिंग एट, बिकॉज आई डोंट थिंक मार्कस स्टोइनिस को सिर्फ तुम लास्ट के 2 ओवर या 3 ओवर वाला प्लेयर बनाना चाहिए. इज अ इनिंग्स
Definitely,
बिल्डर,
definitely.
he's an
Yeah.
innings builder, और जितना जितना बॉल वो खेलते जाएगा he would crash the opponents out. He
Yes.
used to open for the Melbourne team, and he used to score hundreds there opening the matches. So
Yeah.
he's a big innings player. He's not just a 15 ball players. 15 ball players
I
we
agree.
already have Nicholas Puran, who has been tremendous. Like वो इतना अच्छा खेल रहा है. Like
Yep.
मेरे को लग रहा है SRH and Punjab would just be regretting all over कि क्यों भेज दिया इसको, because he just thrashing team out on will. मतलब स्लैप स्कूप्स, रिवर्स स्कूप्स, जहां बोलो वहां पे बंदा मारना रेडी है बॉल.
मतलब
एंड
जब इम्पैक्ट की बात होती है ना क्रिकेट में, तो आई गेस ही इज जस्टिफाइंग दैट वर्ड इन क्रिकेट
एब्सोल्युटली
एट द मोमेंट इन
एब्सोल्युटली वो
आईपीएल.
सिर्फ वो एक 18 से 20 बॉल खेलता है, बट उसमें वो गेम शिफ्ट कर
Yeah.
देता है. एंड वी हैव सीन दैट
कंप्लीटली.
मल्टीपल टाइम्स नाउ, इवन अगेंस्ट द मैच अगेंस्ट आरसीबी. पिछले मैच में भी हमने वही देखा, ही चेंज द मोमेंटम ऑफ द गेम, एंड ही एंश्योर्स कि उसका टीम जब भी ड्रेसिंग रूम में वापस जा रहा है, दे आर ऑन अ पॉजिटिव नोट देयर. टॉकिंग अबाउट not a negative but a dilemma that LSG has rather, कि क्विंटन डिकॉक भाई को कहाँ खिलाए. He's been in
देखे
terrific
नहीं है.
form, and I don't think the way Kyle Mass is going, उसको कहीं पे चांस मिलने भी वाला है. He's just going to warm the bench for them, and
Right.
ideally I don't think it would even make any sense for him to be back in the 11. जब already there is nothing to be fixed, like that there is a saying that goes right, why to fix something that's not broken already. तो ये इसमें कुछ
Yes.
खराबी नहीं है तो उसको क्यों तोड़ने जाना है, that is something
Yeah,
that
like half of the season has already been done, so there's
already
no
done, and
need.
they are winning.
They've
They are already
already
on the third spot. Why would they
they've
want to
already
make any
figured it
changes?
out.
Unless
Yes.
they want to bench KL Rahul, which ideally should have been done long ago. But okay, that's a different story
I
to talk
think
about
too,
someday.
actually. I think
The
so too.
only thing that they can add on, or probably they are using it very smartly now, is Mark Wood. मेरे ख्याल में उसको सिर्फ वो बिजनेस एंड ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट में वो लोग खिलाएंगे, गिवन ही इज वेरी इंजरी प्रोन. जब भी उसको खिलाएंगे दे वुड एंश्योर कि वो सिर्फ लास्ट के 3 या 4 मैचेस खेले, एंड दोज वुड बी द बिजनेस एंड ऑफ द
Main
टूर्नामेंट.
matches.
Yes, business
Yeah.
end of the tournament or एकदम impact matches, so that he feels the game for them. So
Yeah.
very much a settled side I feel, and I believe one of the strongest contender to lift a trophy this year.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So can we move on to to the next team?
Yeah.
Yes. So the
uh,
next team is good. Yes, so the next team is going to be Chennai Super Kings. Chennai Super Kings lost a really close encounter today. If you were watching the match, both of you, it was against the Punjab Kings, and they lost it. But and also Punjab Kings made history there because they became the first team to actually score down a 200 target on the Chipok Stadium. So that was a
Correct.
big availability for them, and congratulations to them. But CSK is still on the like the top four of the table. So, what do you think, guys? What is working for CSK? Because MS Dhoni is always working, but some other players need to fill in for the team to work as a whole because that's the only thing that's going to take them through playoffs. Because no matter what MSD does, how many strategies he has, or how many he's just if the players are not working it out for him or for the team, it's not going to work out. They're not going to qualify and all. So, what do you think? Personally, I think Ajinkya Rahane was like the find of the tournament. I will say he's already too old for find of the tournament, but I'll still say that he's been raging and he's back in the form.
जी हाँ. जिस तरह से आपने बोला रोजिला, तो कुछ कुछ चीजें जो काफी काफी अच्छे तरीके से चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स ने निभाई है इस बार। उनमें से सबसे बड़ा पॉजिटिव है अजिंक्य रहाणे। जिस तरीके से वो बैटिंग कर रहे हैं, मतलब वी हैव नॉट सीन अजिंक्य रहाणे स्कोरिंग रन्स एट सच अ पेस, राइट?
in a
एंड आई
while,
गेस
right?
ही हैज फाउंड अ न्यू होम इन चेन्नई सुपर किंग वेयर he is able to deliver at will, which is something we had seen missing. Today he did not come and perform. आज बैटिंग नहीं
Yeah,
आया उनका, but eventually they were able to put on 200 runs on board again. So the biggest strength for Chennai Super King this time around is their batting, because they know their bowling is not that strong, so they have to put in those hard yards in batting. And
Correct.
I guess batting is able to do the justification. So biggest positive in terms of batting, if you would see Devon Conway, who had been in a tremendous form and been scoring runs in every other outing, if you'd say, or in
Correct.
every outing, I would say. Second, Ajinkya Rahane and Shivam Dube. These three
yeah,
players have been consistently performing for them in terms of batting. If you see going away from home, they are scoring runs. If you are seeing at home, they are scoring runs. So, biggest positive in some terms of batting you see. And then in terms of bowling is the biggest letdown for Chennai Super King. They are losing match in Chepauk, scoring 200 runs. Nobody would believe they would be losing a game, right? They have
yeah,
won
right.
matches at 160, they have won matches at 170s, but scoring 200. However, it was a day game, so हो सकता है कि वहां पे थोड़ा difficult है, but it's their bowling unit which at the same time is the biggest positive also. The reason being they all are very young. ठीक है, महेंद्र सिंह धोनी ने जो उनके साथ किया है, आई गेस नो अदर टीम वुड हैव डन. वी हैव सीन मुंबई इंडियंस डूइंग वेरी बैड लास्ट ईयर वेयर they did not have Jofra Archer and Jasprit Bumrah, and they could not even, it was very saddening to see them losing most of the matches in the tournament. They hardly won one or two games, right? While on the other end, you see in the Chennai Super King, they do not have their good bowlers available, but is still able to pull off some great haste in the tournament so far. So batting is the biggest positive. Bowling is a bit let down because very newbies, youngsters are there, but they are not performing that bad we are seeing. Probably going in the tournament, they have just they won 5 games so far. Maybe in the next 5 6 games, they should be able to pull off 2 3 games, and they would be in a safer place. I would say bit competition here with Punjab Kings, but they should be able to pull it off, I believe, because their net run rate is still good. And yeah, a few injuries here
Yeah,
and there might have derailed them from their planning. Ben Stokes yet to be available. Deepak Chahar again missed, and then Kylie Jamison again not available. So few injuries here and there, but Mumbai Mahendra Singh Dhoni has been tremendous leader, and I guess he'll be able to pull it off this time around as well.
I say in my opinion they have not been using Adil Rashid as they should have. You know, he was
Adil
still a
Rashid plays for
substitute in.
Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Okay, he play. Okay, there was
हाँ,
some
he's
rash.
playing
Okay,
for
okay, okay,
Sunrisers Hyderabad this
okay.
time.
There was a mix-up. Okay,
So they
but
have
I
a
see,
good,
but they've
they
still
have a
not
good
used Adil Rashid in
legs.
the tournament. That's true.
Yeah. So I feel what they are missing is what Indian team missed in the World Cup as well. A leg spinner. Leg spinner is the namak and masala of any recipe in T20 cricket, and they are not using a leg spinner. They have a very young talented leg spinner in Prashant Solanki, who
Correct.
who
He
who
played last
does.
season.
He played last season 1 or 2 games, बस उसके बाद उसको बिठा दिया है, and he has been winning
हाँ,
match. He's a tremendous bowler. I have seen him bowl in the Mumbai leagues. He plays for the Mumbai
Okay.
domestic leagues,
Yes.
and he is a very streak smart bowler if used well. I feel they are even MSD pinpointed out in the post match ceremony that just because their bowling is so immature that they have to put extra additional 15-20 runs in the batting,
correct,
which
correct,
which will not be
Yeah.
possible every single time, and the day it is not possible every single time they will end up losing. So they will have to
correct.
ensure that they have that wicket taking bowler somewhere in between who will give them the breakthroughs. Mahesh Patirana
Tikshana.
is
Hmm.
Patirana. Matisha
Hmm.
Patirana is one of those key bowlers who bowled brilliantly. He made them come back into the game. The game was already lost, but he still made the comeback by picking up Sam Curran and bowling a brilliant 18th over. Then again उसने 20th भी काफी अच्छा डाला, but again लास्ट बॉल पे तो कुछ भी हो सकता है, that is not in their control as well.
Right.
बट
Correct.
आई फील वहां पे एक तुषार देशपांडे वाला एक ओवर था जहां पे लियाम लिविंगस्टोन थ्रैश्ड इन लेफ्ट राइट एंड सेंटर. वो एक ओवर चेंज
Yeah.
द मोमेंटम पूरा कंप्लीटली. अदरवाइज आई स्टिल फील दिस लॉस, इसको ज्यादा स्ट्रेस नहीं लेना चाहिए टू सीएसके. इट वाज जस्ट वन आउट गेम जहां पे
That's
जस्ट
that's where
फाइट एंड
that's
मूवमेंट.
where they are losing the game, Kanan. So if you
करेक्ट.
see last game also Akash Singh got hit. This match also he could not perform. So because these are very young.
Correct.
Akash Singh just 21 years old. Deshpande 27. Mahesh Tiksana is 22 years old. Patirana is 20 years old. And these are the guys who has to bowl heavy overs. So a lot of pressure on them. Some days it would work, some days it might not. So leading such team, matlab
I
with
agree.
so finesse, I guess credit to Mahendra Singh Dhoni, because you would not believe yourself saying that these are the guys, 20 years old guys would be, matlab on an average would be bowling you
Absolutely.
15, 14, 15 overs of the
Absolutely.
match.
And
Right.
and the
So
biggest positive for
hats off.
them has also been Jadeja's bowling form. He is picking two
Yes,
wickets every time, and he's not giving any room to any batsman. And he's just not picking wicket in Chapak. Bahar jaake bhi he's picking wickets. So that is something that is a positive for them. But on the negative side, he's not getting those big runs with the bat. But I feel
Yeah.
they will still cover up with the depth in batting that they have.
Yeah. So moving on, the fifth team will be, so we have discussed already about the table toppers, the four top teams that as of now, as the fifth week of IPL has been done, as of now they stand at the top four. So now we are going to be moving from the fifth position to the last position, and the next team is going to be Punjab Kings, who just won a match today, and it was a very close encounter. They made history, as just I said earlier. So, what would you say about Punjab Kings? Sikandar Raza seems to be working out a lot for them. He's not been scoring big runs, but I think he's definitely an experienced player and he knows how to pick up runs. Because if you see, अगर आज का आपने मैच देखा होगा, in the last ball, he he just pulled it off to the leg side and there was a fielder but he had to run and इतना time उनको मिला कि
correct.
last ball में जो 3 रन चाहिए थे, they were able to run them. So even if it was not a four, they were able to run the runs. So I guess a lot of experience comes with Sikandar Raza since he's been playing so much international cricket for Zimbabwe all his life. And I think that was a great addition. So yeah, you guys can carry on from here.
Yes, the biggest positive for them is definitely the form of the top three, four batters. Prab Simran is one of those impact players who actually made an impact, unlike the what we have seen by the impact players throughout the tournament. कोई impact ला ही नहीं पा रहा है. Prab Simran did make an impact today with a quick fire 44, 45 odd runs. Uh, we saw Tide playing very well the last game, but
The
he
last
failed to
match, yeah.
perform this. Yeah, yeah. But
Yes,
ठीक है,
yes.
that is something that he will improve on. The inclusion of Liam Livingstone, I feel has changed the momentum for them because he's that guy जो तुमको कोई भी मैच होने दो 15-20 balls में 50 he gives you that thing and he shifts the momentum completely. Then we have the million dollar baby Sam Curran there. He is very good with the bat and he nails those Yorkers. He knows how to use those slower cutters, which he did very well in today's game as well. We saw that. And जहां तक बात करें, we have again missed an underdog player who has been performing very well, Jitesh Sharma. He
Sharma.
again played that 8 ball 24-25 run inning, which is required every time you will find a team जो पीछे लास्ट 8-10 बॉल में फिनिश नहीं कर पाता एंड जितेश शर्मा गिव्स यू
Correct.
दैट 8 से 10 में 25-30 वाला रन. सो दैट इज समथिंग दैट इज वर्किंग वेल इन टर्म्स ऑफ द बैटिंग डिपार्टमेंट. बॉलिंग डिपार्टमेंट में आई स्टिल फील रबाडा इज terribly out of form in this season. Like he उसका जो काम था, I feel Arshdeep Singh is doing that job for them. Even I do not know just how to put it because
So
Rabada is just a tremendous bowler, and how can he
yeah,
not be able to pick up wickets in the early overs nor bowl good Yorkers at the death. उसको लाया भी था आज के मैच में टू काउंटर शिवम दुबे विद बाउंसर्स, बट ही बोल्ड अ वेस्ट हाई बाउंसर विच शिवम दुबे खड़े खड़े पैर से, जो ऑलरेडी पैर नहीं हिला था, वो खड़े खड़े पैरों से उसने सिक्स मार दिया.
he's quite
So that
heighted
is,
as well. So yeah,
yeah,
he
he's
was very
quite
good.
tall in that regards, but उस तक बॉल पहुंची भी नहीं. So that is what effort Rabada was putting behind the ball. जहां तक उनका बॉलिंग डिपार्टमेंट है, आई फील उसको थोड़ा सा अच्छा कर सकते हैं वो लोग. और इवन द कैप्टनशिप, they did not even use Harpreet Brar today because Chennai had too many left-handers in the middle. I
Yes.
don't think that is something that they should be worried about. बहुत सारे बार आउट होते हैं left-handers, two left arm bowlers, so they should probably be trying that out in the later stages of the match as well.
Yeah, right. I think they should have tried Harpreet Brar as well as they were playing a match at Chepauk. So Chepauk is a South Indian pitch, and a spinner could have worked well,
Yeah,
I guess.
definitely. Every
Yeah,
every time you go down south, be it
yeah,
Bangalore, be it Chennai, or be it
Kerala or anything. Yeah.
any
Any
ground
southern
down south,
state.
you see the ball pitching because of the conditions, the humidity there. It always
Yes,
spins there.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah,
I would
Pavan,
just
if
put
you have
like to
anything
put
to
it
say, yeah.
one. I would just like to put it this way. What Punjab Kings were missing player like Liam Livingstone who can come and change the game for them, which is
Yeah.
something the team was missing. The another biggest kind of a negative point for them is that they are over reliance on Indian players. There are so many players like Simran Singh, there is Atharva Taide, Harpreet Singh, and then there is Jitesh Sharma, Shah Rukh Khan, right? So this entire playing 11, they have over reliance on Indian players a lot. Hopefully it work. Hopefully it has been working to an extent, not to an extent, because it will not always work for them. Sometimes it might be a negative
It
point.
won't.
Sometimes it might be a positive point
I
because they
feel
will.
Nathan
They
Ellis should come into that
okay.
11.
Nathan
Nathan
Ellis
He
Ellis
was
is
can
that.
good
come in place of the
in the start
Rabada
of the
if
tournament.
Yeah, he
uh,
should come in because he's that bowler, right? जो विकेट देगा
Yeah.
तुमको. He has
Yeah.
that character in him. उसने ऑस्ट्रेलियन क्रिकेट टीम के लिए भी
मैच
हैट्रिक
निकाला
लिया.
था
So
उसने.
yes, yes,
correct.
yes. So that is why he should come in the 11. Anyway,
So
let's
it's a
let's move
good
on to.
team. They have
But
players
like,
like to like replacement and everything. The only thing they do not turning from a good team to a great team. These are the few loopholes that we are talking about. If they are able to fill them up, probably they could be a great side. Uh,
yeah.
that's what I
So
believe. Very
the
young side,
so
very energetic
yeah,
side. They are not winning at home, but they are winning away from home. They have won in Mumbai. They have won in Chennai. So
yeah,
I don't see there are any concern. They are winning against the teams away from home. Probably they go home back and they pull these dots together. They could be a good team.
yeah. Just a little point to add. Just one last point is we are missing what Yash Thakur did the last match. He picked up a 4 for 37, I guess, 37, 38 runs, 37, I will say. So he was another youngster who picked up a 4 wicket haul for them. Before it was Arshdeep Singh, and then this time it was Yash Thakur. So you can see that the youngsters have been coming through for their bowling attack, and yeah, that's how they've been going. So the next team will be Royal Challengers Bangalore, and I would like to ask Pawan to start what he has to say.
For RCB,
Yeah,
they
the
have
RCB.
KGF, then they have nobody. So they have Virat, they have Kohli with K, they have Faf with F, and they have Glenn Maxwell with G. So apart from
Okay,
KGF, there is nothing.
GF.
So in top four, there are three players, and there is nothing.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what has
I
been
agree.
that what has been hurting RCB throughout the tournament. If
Correct.
if any of these two play, I guess they put on a great show. They put on 180, 190, and then the lesser then the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 multiple players they have used. Sometimes Sabah Ahmed comes, sometimes Mahipal Lomror comes, and again that batting unit down the order seems very fragile to me. And I
Yeah,
guess that's not that is something they would love to work on. There are certain players in their kitty they can use up if they want to, which is something we'll see in the we might see, but we haven't seen them clicking as a unit. Dinesh Karthik's out of form is with the biggest concern. In Chennai Swami Stadium, they are not winning matches. It's again a great concern for them. And their bowling unit, apart from a few performances here and there from Wayne Purnell and David Willey, I have not seen a great performance as a team, as a bowling unit from
right, right,
RCB,
right.
home and away.
Yes.
Mohammad Sirius is the biggest positive. Fab du Plessis biggest positive. Glenn Maxwell biggest positive. Virat Kohli's back in form is great positive, and him taking the captainship from Fab du Plessis because he is injured is again a great
There's an even
positive.
bigger positive. Okay.
So, because since he has taken up, I guess out of 3 games, he has won the team 2 games, which is a great
Hmm.
positive. The energy is flowing in the entire team. But there are few loopholes in the batting order, which is been a cause of concern for them.
Even bowling.
Few loopholes in bowling unit, which they might try to tie up with Hasaranga here and there, and then Hazelwood has come in. Probably that might strengthen the bowling unit. But overall, I still see if they know if the time is running away from them, if they don't do it quickly and get those people or those players accustomed to the later stage of the game, I guess it will be very difficult for them to make playoffs from here.
I'll say Fab du Plessis has been the most consistent out of all the three that you spoke about. Virat Kohli, Glenn Maxwell, and Fab du
Absolutely.
Plessis. So Faf has been the most consistent. He's been scoring runs every match. So yeah, that's great from him. And Kannan, if you can add some views or you have anything
I
to say.
the only thing that I feel right from 2008 till 2023 we are talking about 16
Yeah.
साल से they are talking 30 साल का अपना हम दे, and every year they end up making the same mistake. Like, how are they able to even maintain their
They're
strategy?
that
I do not
confident.
understand.
They're that
Top
confident.
order batting है अभी.
Every year they will come back.
Sirf every year they have like previously it was Gale, Kohli, and ABD. Now they have Faf, Kohli, and Glenn Maxwell.
Glenn
अगले
Maxwell.
3-4 साल में कोई और नया प्लेयर आएगा
और होगा.
विकेटर, वो उसको पोच कर लेंगे. They are just 3 player वाला team. I believe they should name
I
them
still
Royal
believe they are missing
Challengers
one player.
Bangalore
Rajat
11
Patidar is
से
suffering
Royal.
the biggest
Absolutely,
letdown.
absolutely. Yeah. His absence is being missed very much because उसके spot पे they have experimented 3 players now.
Correct.
लॉम्ब्रोर को लेके आए, शाहबाज अहमद को लेके आ गए, बट दे आर नॉट एबल टू गेट दैट ग्लू इन समवन एल्स. सो वो एक मिस आउट हो रहा है. एंड आई फील Dinesh Karthik's time has come to go back to commentary. That is what I feel again, because he is not performing in either of the matches. We see a 39-year-old MS Dhoni playing once in a year, smashing 3 ball, 2 sixes, and there is Dinesh Karthik who has been playing throughout the year in domestic tournament and as well, but he is just not clicking. It's not just the batting; he's been performing poorly even behind the wickets. He has missed stumpings, he has missed runouts. So I feel there are enough red flags for him to be shown the door. And why not take a new keeper? Yeah, there are many
But
keepers
they
in the
have
world.
Anuj Rawat in another keeper, and Anuj Rawat is again inexperienced at
Anuj
that
Rawar
stage.
is
And
definitely
he has been
not.
used in
I
match there.
feel can be is definitely not a player which can be used in the top four, because he played a few good innings last year. One against Mumbai where he scored a
Yeah,
72 odd
but
run.
that was on top of
But
the
ho gaya,
order.
that is it. That is it. He was probably a one-hit wonder, and I don't think him being carried through the next year as well. अगर टीम में जगह बनती है तो.
Yeah. So yeah, we will
Lots of
move
things
on.
to work for RCB.
Right. They've all, there has always been a lots of things. So okay, we will move on to our next team, Kolkata Knight Riders, and yeah, you guys can start.
Kolkata का I will take it up. Kolkata में I feel Nitish Rana some days is a terrific captain, and some days I feel he's just out of options. कभी शार्दुल ठाकुर को बॉलिंग नहीं देता, कभी शार्दुल ठाकुर को नंबर 3 पे भेज देता है. सो व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ शार्दुल ठाकुर दैट दे नीड टू डिफेंड प्रॉपर्ली. लास्ट मैच
Yeah.
में
Only
जब
Lord
देवर
Shardul Thakur knows.
Yeah.
शार्दुल ठाकुर
Even he doesn't
लॉर्ड
know.
शार्द, या बिकॉज ही इज क्लूलेस राइट. उसको कोई रोल ही नहीं दिया गया है. उसको कभी ऊपर भेज देते, आई एम
Yeah.
सॉरी, कभी
Yeah, it's
बॉलिंग
okay.
नहीं देते उसको. तो इवन ही इज अ बिट कंफ्यूज कि भाई करे क्या वो. इतना तुमने उसको ट्रेड करके दूसरे टीम से खरीदा, तो यू शुड हैव
He can
हैड
actually
सम
be a
प्लान्स
very
फॉर हिम, राइट.
dependable player. He can
We
actually be
have
very
seen
dependable.
that when he was in Chennai Super Kings, we have seen that in Indian team as well. He's a man with a golden arm. वो आके एक हाथ विकेट निकालता ही निकालता है. He has that brilliant knuckle ball, which is very disguised, well disguised. So I
वो
feel
ट्रस्ट
जब
खत्म
last match.
ट्रस्ट नहीं दिखा रहे हैं.
Correct,
मतलब
correct. वही
हाँ हाँ.
Nitish Rana has
Right.
not shown the trust in him. He has backed the other bowlers. He has also backed himself as a bowler, but he has not
there was a
backed
day
the.
when he won them a single-handedly match against
Absolutely,
Mumbai.
absolutely. So that is something I feel they are not utilizing the players well. कभी वेंकटेश अय्यर को नंबर 3 पे नंबर 4 पे भेज देते हैं. आई आई
कभी
आई
opening.
वुड लाइक टू पुट इट आउट वेरी स्ट्रांगली. द मैच ही स्कोर्ड एन 100, उसके बाद से वो ओपन करने ही नहीं आया बंदा. So this is what they are doing with good players.
Confusing strategy, right?
Yeah, a very confusing strategy. Some days Nitish Rana bowls out, comes out as a very tremendous captain, and sometimes he's a
Yes,
clueless captain.
yes, yes. I
Yes.
will agree.
Yeah, so this is something that
Yeah,
they need to fix upon. Proper roles देना चाहिए players को, so that they can come to their own with the later stages of the game. The
yep.
good thing that is clicking for them is definitely Rinku Singh and Varun
Biggest
Chakravarti.
positive.
Varun Chakravarti, we saw last year the zip was missing from his bowling. सिर्फ बॉल डालने के लिए डाल रहा था ऐसा लग रहा था, but this year the zip is back, the turn is back, and the bounce with it, which he was very known for, that is again back with him. Russell is coming to his own even in batting and bowling, so that again is a good positive. Gurbaz played a very good hand last game,
The other day.
but again, जैसे ही Jason Roy is fit again, I don't know what they will do. They will have that conundrum again, and Nitish Rana being Nitish Rana, I see very well that he might drop some of the very reputed players and किसी और को लेके जाएगा कहीं और पे बैटिंग कराने. So that is the story with the topsy turvy management
KKR.
that KKR has.
You fail to include one more player that has been recently working out for them, and that's Jason Roy. He's come
Yes.
back and
Jason
he's
Roy for
performing
Rajasthan
well.
Royals, right? Yeah,
No,
Rajasthan Royals
Jason
के
Roy
लिए
for
Jason
KKR.
KKR, he's for
Jason
KKR.
Jason Roy, sorry, Jason. I
Yeah,
was talking about Jason only. Yeah, yeah, my bad.
yeah, no, yeah. Okay. So Jason Roy has been doing well for KKR, I would say, because he's that sort of player. I really
Correct.
personally like Jason Roy because
But
he's
KKR
such a
is the only
good
team who
batsman.
has used so many openers in this season. They have used Venkatesh Iyer, they have used Gurbaz, they have used Litton Das, they have used Sunil Naran, they have used Mandeep
Just
Singh, they
like
have
Pawan
Kanan
used
by
said, it's
Pawan by
Jason
not
Roy, they
inconsistency.
have
Ka.
used
Pawan
and
by not
Jagdishan.
just this season, last season as well. If you remember, कभी कभी Aaron Finch को खिला दिया, कभी फिर रहाणे को खिला
Correct.
दिया, कभी
Rahane
जगदीशन
को
को
खिला
खिला
दिया.
दिया. They
I
are a
don't know what
confused
is there in his
confused management.
So
it.
it's like
Very difficult.
inconsistent captaincy भी बोल सकते हैं. सबसे बड़ा पार्ट उधर है आपने जैसे
Maybe
बोला कि
see you try to experiment as much as you want in the first few games, and not in the every game. Every game you see their opening combination is changing. It seems very difficult from the outside, but inside also a lot of things goes through the people and their mind. So
Correct.
sometimes player may not be able to cope up. Young players like Jagdishan, who hasn't played the
yes,
IPL that frequently, right? So it might be difficult for him. And we had seen him not playing that great of innings while Jason Roy was hitting 25 ball 50 on
Absolutely.
RCB, but
He
he was
actually
at the
slowed
same
them
time
down.
it slowed them
yes.
down. 23
Jagdishan
ball
is actually
21
a
run
very
like
good
this.
player if you've been following him in the domestic circuit.
Correct.
Yes,
He's
he's
a
a very
great
good
batsman.
ODI player. I feel he's a very good ODI player. But T20 के लिए you need that extra dimensional
Somebody
to
who
add on
can,
to,
yeah,
or else you need to go to Chennai Super Kings to get the 2.0 version of yourself, which Rahane has did very well. So
yeah.
I feel that is it about KKR.
Top order's
Okay.
instability is one thing that we could point out for KKR. Rinku Singh biggest positive bowling unit. I guess they are still here and there might click, but batting has to click. So difficult
Correct.
for
Yeah.
them to make from here to playoffs. Seems very difficult. I guess they haven't out of at 9 games they have just won 3 games. Seems difficult. They have to win all the games in the next 4 5 games
So
to make
yeah,
it to
so
there.
the eighth team that we'll be discussing about is the Sunrisers Hyderabad. They are the eighth on the points table, but I think Sunrisers is another very inconsistent team too, because some days they win like anything and some days they lose like anything. So we have actually discussed this earlier. So I will still ask you to take more like for to take this further because another week of IPL wound up this time. And what are your take? What are your takes on
Another
this?
same sort of problems as KKR. If you would see it that way, their top order is again. You see, Anmolpreet Singh was used, Abhishek Sharma was used, Harry Brook was used, Mayank Agarwal was used, and
Yeah,
you have been using a lot of players in top of the order. Harry Brook used to he came at number 4 in the initial phase of the games. Then he was put at top of the order. Last game he again came at number 4. So a lot of instability in top order where they themselves are not able to identify who are the players that should go and give them the kind of opening stand that needs from the team is something they
Correct.
themselves are missing. Biggest positive for me, I see, are the players like Abhishek Sharma, who had been, you ask him to come at number 5, he'll score runs for you. You give him top of the order, he goes and score runs there. So
Correct.
a floater kind of player, 21, 22 years old, you are asking too much from that guy, and I guess he is delivering consistently. That is the biggest positive
okay.
for me. Another positive, to an extent, Mayank Markande's addition to the team. He had could not find a great team, could not find any team, but SRS took him in, and I guess he has been delivering on consistent basis. Yesterday also, he's two wickets he took of 20 runs in 4 overs. A brilliant spell he did against DC. However, SRH has equaled the record. Matlab last time Delhi won, this time they won. So few positives, but not as a unit. They are still able to click. They are still not able to find the rhythm that we expected. A team that looks very well on the paper, not able to find the right to right replacement and their combination at top of the order. While bowling, I guess Bhuvneshwar Kumar has up his game in the recent time. You would see in one of the game he took 4 wickets. Last game also he bowled brilliantly.
Yes.
T Nagarajan also bowled really
Natarajan,
well.
yeah.
sorry, Nataraj, also bowled really well. So bowling unit to an extent doing a decent job. Not that great as we had expected from the SRH, but their batting unit is something has been a concern in my view so far in the tournament.
Yeah.
I would just like to call out two players specifically. One is Heinrich Klaassen. He has given out,
Absolutely.
he has given out that 15 ओवर से 20 ओवर में जो फायर
जो
पावर
उनको
चाहिए
चाहिए
होता
था
है,
लास्ट ईयर, जो
जो
निकोलस पुरन
कभी
से नहीं
नहीं
मिल
रहा है
रहा था, वो
उनके
मिलने
पास,
लगा।
या कभी भी नहीं रहा है, नॉट जस्ट लास्ट सीजन, इफ यू रोल
हम्म,
बैक टाइम्स अपन भाई, कभी भी नहीं
हम्म,
था उनके पास. दे वर अर्लियर डिपेंडेंट
हम्म,
ऑन डेविड वार्नर, देन केन विलियमसन था उनके पास फॉर अ फेयर बिट. दैट इज इट.
करेक्ट,
दे आर द ओनली टीम हु नेवर हैड दैट नंबर 5 नंबर 6 पे फायर पावर प्लेयर जो मैच को बदल देगा. So he has
करेक्ट,
brought that stability and firepower in SRH.
एंड दैट इज फॉर
And
रिप्लेसिंग ग्लेन फिलिप्स, सो
correct,
इट्स
correct,
इट्स a great
correct.
positive.
And the other player that I would like to call out is Umran Malik. He's having a very very bad season this year.
बैट सीजन,
सिर्फ
पुअर
एक
गाय,
ओवर डाल रहा है या 2 ओवर डाल रहा है, उसमें पिटाई हो जा रही है.
16
एंड
रन, 20
एडन,
रन, 22 रन.
correct. And Aiden Markran definitely is not trusting him enough to give
Hmm.
him those crucial overs. Now we can see in the last match
We
as
have
well,
seen
एक
this
ही ओवर
yesterday,
डाला.
last match.
करेक्ट, एक ही ओवर डाला, बस खत्म हो गया. उसके पहले वाला मैच में भी सिर्फ 2 ओवर डाला, जब नीतीश राणा ने उसकी पिटाई कर दी लेफ्ट राइट एंड सेंटर. उसके बाद पूरे मैच में बॉलिंग करने नहीं आया. सो दिस इज द ट्रेंड दैट वी हैव सीन विद उमरान मलिक. विथ पेस ही हैज टू बी अ बिट एक्यूरेट. आई फेल्ट
Yeah.
कि डेल स्टेन के डगआउट होने से वो होगा उसके साथ, बट ही इज सेविंग लाइक स्वेविंग अवे फ्रॉम everything and just focusing on pace. And that is
Correct.
that is not good enough, I feel, at this level of international cricket you are talking about.
Yeah, about Umran Malik, you said, I would just like to add this point ki he's always had pace, and the
Correct.
only thing that was lacking in him was the bounce, the tappa where the ball should land.
Correct, the
That was
accuracy.
something that
Correct,
so that was something the coaches were actually working on. So that's why they considered Umran Malik, given his pace, he bowls 150 and above.
correct,
So that's why he actually went as a net bowler for the Indian team too.
correct,
So
correct,
they've worked on his bounce, the accuracy of his bowling, but the thing that is missing for him still is the movement of the ball. So if you're going and bowling in IPL, just pace. If you're bowling, it's not going to work because all sorts of international players play in that tournament, and international players that come from Australia, England, they're so used to pace, so they like their players deliver 150 balls just like that, and they're like tall guys, and who have accuracy as well, so they're not much afraid of the pace. So that's
Please.
why I guess Imran Malik has not been proven to be that effective, because he's only doing this pace thing and he's not able to move the ball. If you notice, players like James Anderson, Stuart Broad, they have worked for the England team because they were able to move ball along with their pace. And when you
Hmm.
do that, only then you will be able to become like that successful of a bowler.
I feel
So yeah,
I somehow
So it's a
disagree with
combination
that
of both,
point.
Kannan. It's a
Yeah, yeah,
combination of
yeah,
trust. It's a
yeah,
combination of
yeah,
skills.
yeah. So
Somebody has to
that
put
is
trust
where,
in his skills as well.
correct, correct.
yeah,
Because in T20 cricket, you do not have to actually move the ball a bit, because this is not
Hmm.
red ball cricket, right? The batters are coming to just play the ball, hit the ball type
yeah.
wala hai, but he needs to
But
be
still,
accurate. He
they need
needs
to
to be on the
struggle,
stump. Last year, if
Yeah,
you had seen, last year if you had seen, he had taken many wickets bowled, क्योंकि वो स्टंप पे
Hmm.
गेंद डाल रहा था. इस सीजन वो
Right.
स्टंप पे गेंद डाल ही नहीं रहा है बंदा, वो इधर उधर डाल रहा है, इसके लिए पिटाई हो जा रही है. Swinging
Hmm.
the ball, if he's picked in the red ball team, then the swinging the ball will come into the picture. But
no,
अभी के लिए T20
I
क्रिकेट
know.
में he should actually bowl स्टंप टू स्टंप. बैटर को रूम ना दे. ही इज गिविंग टू 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 फार अक्रॉस वाइड डिलीवरीज फॉर द बैटर, जिसको सिर्फ बैट्समैन को सिर्फ बैट लगाना है. एंड द साइज ऑफ द ग्राउंड्स इट विल टेक विथ हिज पेस, इट विल टेक द बॉल अवे इनटू द स्टैंड्स. सो
He has the
दैट इज
skills.
व्हाट आई
He
फील.
has the mentality. I guess all he needs a helping hand who can groom him a bit, and
And who
probably
better
it's a
than
trust
Dale
in his
Steyn,
ability.
Pawan bhai?
They'll
Tell me,
say
who
Yeah, who
better
better
than
than Dale
Dale
Steyn?
Steyn?
Exactly. He's one of
he,
the
he
hopefully
just
from
greatest
he's
good.
just not able
fast
to
bowlers.
absorb that gyan from Dale Steyn. That is what I feel.
Yeah.
Or else he's just not understanding what Dale Steyn is saying, to be
No, I
honest.
would say I would also like to add something more to what Kanan said. You said कि पिछले साल उसने बहुत सारे विकेट्स लिया था, but I'll also say that पिछले साल वो नया भी था, so नए होने के कारण
Yep.
the bowlers do the
People do
batsmen
not know
don't
it,
know
and we
what
don't
he'll
have
do.
so many videos
That
Yeah,
and
you
analysis
don't
the
even have that much
analytics.
information about.
it was his second year with
Yeah,
SRH.
it was the second
Yeah, yeah.
season, right?
So
But
It
he
is a
was still
breakthrough
so new.
season.
क्योंकि
just
वो स्टिल्स में नहीं
to
है.
hold on us on this topic, Jaiswal has just scored a 53 ball 100 on
Oh,
resume
Brilliant.
that's
block.
great.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great. That's great. He's been consistent for the team. So yeah, that was expected from him.
He
And yeah,
deserved
of
it.
course, congratulations.
He
He
is
deserves it.
definitely
Right.
making his way into the Indian team for
The
sure.
Indian team,
Definitely a lot
definitely.
better than the other $1 million baby Ishan Kishan.
Yeah, Ishan Kishan
Hopefully,
has
we
not
see
been
some
in that
fireworks from
form.
him also in second innings.
So talking about Ishan Kishan, we'll move on to his own team, Mumbai Indians. And Mumbai Indians are like the second last team on the table. They're playing a match right now. And जैसे आपने बोला कि जायसवाल ने अभी अभी उनको मारा है इतना बड़ा 100. So yeah, Mumbai Indians have not been in the form that they should have been. They played a lot of, like they played almost half of the tournament, and we can still see that they're not in that form that they are always. So yeah, Pavan, I would like you to start. What is missing for the Mumbai Indians?
Everyone wants to know what is wrong with Mumbai Indians. So even Mumbai Indians wants to know what's wrong with them. So
That's
it's a
right.
very hot topic, if you would say. And at the same time, Mumbai last season was very bad. This season, again, I guess at the beginning itself, having Cameron Green in the scheme of things added a bit of value here and there. But their batting unit as a batting unit, जो हम लोगों ने
Correct.
सीएसके की तरफ देखा है, सीएसके और मुंबई इंडियंस मोर और लेस सेम सॉर्ट ऑफ टीम्स है अगर आप
Correct.
ऑन पेपर
They've
एंड
always
अगर
been.
आप हाँ इफ यू ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम टॉप मुंबई इंडियंस अगेन लैकिंग विद बॉलर्स उनके पास बुमराह नहीं है जोफ्रा आर्चर अगर अवेलेबल है तो वो इंजर्ड है राइट सो दे आर नॉट फाइंडिंग द लाइक टू लाइक रिप्लेसमेंट बॉलिंग इज अ कंसर्न डेथ बॉलिंग तो उससे भी बड़ा कंसर्न है एंड सेम टाइम देयर बैटिंग इज रियली गुड but for Chennai, what is great things is happening. Their batting unit is clicking continuously. While on the Mumbai, their batting unit में कभी कैमरन ग्रीन चलते हैं, कभी तिलक वर्मा चलते हैं, कभी सूर्य कुमार यादव चलते हैं, कभी पूरी टीम चलती है तो मैच जीत जाते हैं. For here and there, if you misses few key players here and there, then they do not win the match. While on the other hand, their bowling unit is completely disastrous in the death overs. वो लोग शायद 106 या 109 रन खाए थे पंजाब के अगेंस्ट 6 ओवर में
Correct.
लास्ट
Last
6
year.
ओवर्स में. और अगर आप गुजरात टाइटंस की बात करेंगे जब अहमदाबाद गए थे खेलने के लिए तो वहां पे लास्ट के 5 ओवर में 94 रन उन्होंने खाए. तो देर इज अ वास्ट डिफरेंस इन सच सिनारियोज. अगर 5 ओवर में आप 60 रन देते हैं तो यू आर सेविंग 30-35 रन. सो वो 30-35 रन मेक अ ह्यूज डिफरेंस एंड दिस
Correct.
बैटिंग यूनिट इज वेरी मच कैपेबल ऑफ चेजिंग 180-190 ऑन अ रेगुलर बेसिस ऑन एनी ग्राउंड. So
Correct.
those little things that missing, no, that is creating a problem for them MI to go further in the tournament. If they click as a batting unit as consistently as Chennai Super King, they would be a team to beat. And but their bowling unit, on the other hand, had been having injuries here and there, and I don't think so that is getting sorted anytime sooner. So
Yeah.
probably they have to go on with it. If they do a bit of polishing here and there, probably they could be they could make to 5 or number 6. Top 4, I'm still thinking a hard time for them to achieve to top player. Difficult to see
I
for me.
still feel the jigsaw puzzle for them again, just like for many other teams, is their bowling. वहाँ पे they need an experienced bowler. They are opening the bowling with Cameron Green, which I feel कि ठीक है, he's a good bowler, but he's not an opening bowler. He is a good bowler, ठीक है, मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि भाई उसको तुम opening bowler बना दो. He's the hit the deck kind of a bowler जो तुमको bounce देगा, good length shot of good length है. So he should be rather coming into the middle overs. Bowling में Piyush Chawla, the leg spinner, the mirch masala of any T20 team, leg spinner is doing the job for them, and that was their recipe with Rahul Char earlier with them. Last year they did not have a proper leg spinner, तो मुर्गन अश्विन से उन्होंने try करा वैसा कुछ करने को, but he did not do that job. So Piyush Chawla is the positive with regards to bowling. Bowling में I feel साथ ही साथ they need a proper good death bowler. मतलब नहीं है उनके पास जॉस, बट आई मीन जसप्रीत बुमराह को निकाल दिया टीम से, तो दे आर मिसिंग दैट डेथ बॉलर बिग टाइम जो आके पूरा गेम को कंट्रोल करता था. दैट इज समथिंग दैट दे आर मिसिंग. मेरेडिथ को खिला रहा है, मेरेडिथ रन खा रहा है, कभी अर्जुन तेंदुलकर को खिला रहा है, कभी 1 ओवर में 30 रन खा रहा है, 2 ओवर में 50 रन खा रहा है, कभी
So,
जेसन बेरनडॉफ को खिला रहा है तो वो भी मार खा रहा है. because these are not genuine death quality bowlers. You need genuine
Right.
death quality bowlers, which both the most successful teams of IPL, Chennai Super Kings and Mumbai Indians, are missing at
Indians.
this moment. उनके लिए the positives, as again Pawan Bhai rightly called out, the
Hmm.
batting, and that is individual brilliance, not a team effort. So individual brilliance has to convert it into team brilliance. So only then they will win. And I also feel Dewald Bruce should come into this playing 11, because he is that guy
Do
जो
all with this.
को मैच चेंज कराने का उसमें क्षमता है इन द टॉप
Yes.
थ्री. सो दे हैव टू फिगर आउट वेयर डू दे फिट इन डेवॉल्ड ब्रूइस, किसके जगह पे लेके आए. बट ही हैज टू समहाउ कम इनटू दैट 11. दैट इज व्हाट माय टेक इन ऑन मुंबई इंडियंस फॉर नाउ.
Right. Okay. So we'll quickly move on to the last team of the tournament, that is the Delhi Capitals, that have been a mess in this tournament. And so we'll quickly just go over them and wrap this session up. Yeah. So, Kanan, I would like you to start this time as well.
सो इफ यू ऑल ऑब्जर्व, एक एक ध्यान से सब टीम्स को देखेंगे जो खराब परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं, देयर इज वन थिंग दैट इज लीडिंग टू इट. टॉपसी टॉवी मैनेजमेंट, एकदम कंफ्यूज्ड मैनेजमेंट जिसके जिसके है, सब खराब कर रहे हैं. एंड राइट फ्रॉम मुंबई, राइट फ्रॉम डीसी, राइट फ्रॉम केकेआर, राइट फ्रॉम एसआरएच तो इज अ थिंग ऑफ द पास्ट नाउ, वी हैव टॉक्ड इनफ ऑफ इट. डीसी का भी टीम मैनेजमेंट देखा, काफी कंफ्यूज है यार. मतलब you know what is wrong with them. They need someone to play a good role after 3-4. नंबर 3 नंबर 4 के बाद भेजना चाहिए किसी अच्छे बैटर को. द बेस्ट बैटर फॉर देम हैज बीन अक्षर पटेल, एंड गेस व्हाट, दे डू नॉट वांट टू सेंड देम. मतलब उसको उसको नहीं खिलाना है उसको.
Right.
मतलब they
Right.
कल
want to
भी मैच
lose
जीत
match.
जाते वो लोग, कल भी मैच
That is
जीत
what.
जाते अगर
That is
उसको
what.
ऊपर भेज
And
देते.
we in the walking wicket group as well, we talked about it कि उसको भेजना चाहिए था ऊपर. And they are sending whom? Priyank Garg, who is not a T20
प्रियंका,
player already. He will not win you T20 matches at will. Akshar
उनको
Patel
लगा कि
can do
उनका
that job.
पुराने फ्रेंचाइज के अगेंस्ट अच्छा खेलेगा.
खेलेगा तो ऐसे तो डेविड वार्नर तो जीरो पे आउट हो गया कल. तो उसकी
वही,
कोई नहीं बात
you
है.
never know what's
So
going through their mind.
that is the silver lining of it. Confused, as confused as a toddler playing with a new toy. That is their management for now. मतलब बहुत confused. They're not using Akshar Patel well. They are not using, they do not have depth in batting apart from the top three. David Warner, Phil Salt, Mitchell Marsh, टीम खत्म. जस्ट लाइक आरसीबी टीम खत्म हो जाती है वहां पे. एंड इवन दे हैव अक्षर पटेल, उनको भेजना नहीं ऊपर बिकॉज उनको मैच जीतने नहीं है यार. उनको बॉटम ऑफ द टेबल में मजा आ रहा है. They are getting freebies there somewhat, I feel, and that is what they do not want to win.
They're even sending Lalit Yadav above Aksar Patel, but which was the most
At times,
confusing thing
yes,
for me
yes,
at the start
definitely.
of the tournament.
and
Yeah,
and they
because
finally
Lalit
realized,
Yadav is not
probably they heard Rujula talking on our stream, and Lalit Yadav को finally उन्होंने बिठा दिया है, because otherwise that guy was coming in every match.
and he's not a
जी
T20
हाँ.
player. If
Absolutely
you
not,
watch him,
absolutely not.
he is not. And he was like scoring 20 runs out of 20 balls, and that's not going to help, especially
Correct.
up the order. And you can always promote Aksar Patel that they have not been doing, and we actually don't know the reason
And
why,
if you
since
see
he's been the
again,
only player that's working out for them.
yesterday as well, Kuldeep Yadav just bowled 3 overs.
Hmm.
जबकि he was the best bowler on that night. He should have completed his quota of 4 overs. उसको नहीं करवाया. I don't know what is wrong with their management, or just they just like losing matches. I can only see that as a reason for them.
So the
Nobody wants
quality
to
of
like
DC has been the lowest
losing
this
games.
season. They have been at the lowest quality of them.
करेक्ट. नहीं पवन भाई, उसके
Yeah.
अलावा वो लोग चाहते भी नहीं है जीतना. वरना तो अक्षर पटेल को नंबर 4 पे भेजना चाहिए था एवरी सिंगल मैच.
जी हाँ, मतलब काफी काफी उसका सीजन जो है ठीक है. पिछले 3 मैचेस में एटलीस्ट दे हैव वन टू गेम्स थोड़ा सा ट्रैक पे आने की कोशिश की है, बट आई गेस दे आर स्टिल नॉट सीइंग द काइंड ऑफ फायर वी हैड सीन व्हेन ऋषभ पंत वाज देयर. तो कुछ बहुत सारी चीजें मिस हो रही है. टॉप ऑफ द ऑर्डर बैटिंग यूनिट कंप्लीटली
Gone.
रन ही नहीं स्कोर कर रही है. कहीं फिर लास्ट मैच में तो 250 देखने मिला, वैसा उनके पूरे स्कोर कार्ड में नहीं मिलेगा आपको पूरे टूर्नामेंट के. इट वाज द
करेक्ट.
लास्ट गेम ओनली व्हेन यू हैड सीन फिल सॉल्ट एंड मिचेल मार्श पुटिंग 50-50 रन्स.
बेचारा मिशेल
अपार्ट फ्रॉम
मार्श
आइदर
बैटिंग में भी
आइदर
चार,
डेविड वार्नर
बैटिंग में भी
और
50
अक्षर
मारा,
पटेल, दैट्स ऑल. हाँ,
विकेट भी
और
4
चार
लिया,
विकेट भी लिया,
फिर भी टीम हार गई.
फिर
मतलब
भी हार
बंदा
गया.
अब और क्या करे.
So that's what
Yeah,
they are
so
not
actually
taking as
we
a
had
risk.
discussed this at the start of the tournament कि Mitchell Marsh का exit would prove a lot for the Delhi Capitals. We were saying this. I remember me and Pawan discussing this कि
हाँ,
Mitchell Marsh को किसी reason की वजह से he went back home
he
and
went for his
वो
marriage.
period yeah he got
right.
married, yeah, we know. And
They
they
lost couple
just
of
yeah,
games on
they
the
just
toss.
messed up real time,
मे बी
messed
हनीमून
up
नहीं
big
होने
time.
का गुस्सा टीम पर निकाल रहा है.
But he's still like he when he came back, he's delivering for the team. So basically, they're just depending on players to be there. Mitchell Marsh was just missing for a couple of matches, and they just messed up big time. So ये सब समेटने के लिए Mitchell Marsh is not going to be available. It's not his role. He'll try as much as he can, but only Mitchell Marsh is not going to take them over their
Correct.
line.
Down the
So
order,
Delhi
Sarfaraz Khan
Capitals,
is also not doing good as good he would have, matlab we would have expected him to do, right? Then they
he had
brought in
started
Shreyas
well, I
Garg.
guess.
Manish Pandey also not doing great, and Lalit Yadav is also not doing great. And then their bowlers, on the other hand, Kuldeep Yadav again not having the kind of season we would have expected him to have. Ishan Sharma doing a bit here and there. Mukesh Kumar just a few good games here and there. Notje sometimes good, sometimes bad. While Akshar Patel is somebody who's been, you know, uh,
Consistent, only consistent player.
मतलब only consistent player who is giving his 100% it seems.
But
एक
the
ही प्लेयर है या
management
तो
doesn't
वार्नर
want him
दिखता
to
है या फिर
score.
वही दिखता है. I doesn't want him to score big.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
they have some personal issues that we shouldn't talk about. Yeah, okay.
that we are
So
not
yeah,
sure of.
so yeah, we are not sure about it as well. And yes, so
दिल्ली
with
का
that, should
सीजन
we
यहाँ
wrap
से तो
up the
वर्ष ही होने
session?
वाला है.
Yeah, so we have moved on to the sixth week of the IPL 2023, and let's see what happens in this week because we're going to be back talking about the performances that happen all around the week. So, shall we wrap it up, Pawan and Kanan? Is that all
Yes,
for today's
definitely,
session?
definitely a very interesting
Yep.
and a
Yeah,
very detailed session. I feel पूरे टीम का
yeah, we said
पोस्टमार्टम कर दिया हमने बैठे बैठे.
we said
And
कि we won't go into the details, and we just dived into the
So we
details,
still
and we were never to
ended
be
up doing
found.
the same.
that's
Yeah,
what
we
happens
ended
in
up doing
IPL.
that. That's what happens, right? Covering 10 teams, I guess हो ही
As
जाता है यार, हो
always,
ही जाता है. Yeah,
Any
so
time, any
it
time.
was it was probably the longest session that we've done,
we
but
had.
we still request the viewers to watch it, and you can always forward and go listen about your favorite team twice or many times as well. So yeah, with that, I would myself, Jula, with along with my co-hosts Kanan and Pawan, would like to wrap this session up today here, and we will be back another week with another week of IPL as well. So yeah, that's it. Bye bye, guys, and have a great time. We'll be back soon.
Bye bye, bye
Adios.
everyone.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.